This banner year was years in the making, and it should be just the beginning. Monday's 106-88 cathartic victory over the Mavericks in Game 5 in the finals could mark the dawn of the NBA's next and Celtics' latest dynasty. Here are the title odds. Celtics at 1, Denver, Minnesota, Dallas, the Bucks, and then SGA. So do you think the Celtics are more likely one and done or a dynasty?
I mean, they're obviously more likely to be one and done than a dynasty. Guys, right, a dynasty, the LeBron Heat were not a dynasty. They were not. Okay. You know what I mean? Flatly. There are 4 unimpeachable, no arguments against dynasties in NBA history, and then there's 2 or 3 we can have the argument. Russell Celtics, obvious dynasty, 11 and 13 years, 8 in a row. Magic and Kareem's Lakers, 5 rings in a decade, 9 trips to the finals, that's a dynasty. Jordan's Bulls, 6 rings in 8 years. Shaq and Kobe's Lakers, 3 rings in a row. Those are the 4 unimpeachable dynasties, and then the 2.
Golden State?
Well, so that's
unimpeachable.
Okay, so let me just get to it real quick. The Spurs are a weird one because they never won back-to-back, and there was a dynasty within their dynasty. But if you want to say 03 to 07, 03, 05, 07, that dynasty, fine. The Warriors, I feel, are a dynasty. The reason I say not unimpeachable is I have heard people I respect argue that because of the Kevin Durant parachute in and parachute out, that it's not one cohesive unit throughout. But so my point is, Mac, let's be as generous as we can. That puts us at 6 dynasties. 5 with the Warriors, 6 with the Spurs. Dynasties are not common, hence why they're remembered the way they are. And what is super common in the NBA right now is one and done, is one championship. So right now they have the exact postseason resume of that Chauncey's Pistons over an 8-year stretch, 6 conference finals, 1 championship, 1 finals loss. The order's different, but that's what it is. And so, no, I mean, more likely of the 2 is obviously one and done than a dynasty.
One and done is more likely. Even if they go back-to-back next year, I don't think they will win it next year, but let's say they do. Like you said, still not a dynasty.
That's the problem.
The Heat, the Pistons of Isaiah Thomas, who won 2 in a row, and then Olajuwon's Rockets. Neither of them were two championships is not a dynasty.
Okay.
If you want to go mini dynasty, okay, that's fine. But that's not what we're talking about. This team will not be a dynasty. You got to win at least 3 to be a dynasty.
In a short period of time.
And I would even throw now. Probably most people disagree with this, but I think we talk about them like they're a dynasty. Bird Celtics.
It's weird because the Lakers.
It was 2 at that time, but the league was so top heavy.
Yeah.
You only had 5 teams that whole decade reach the finals.
Yeah.
Forget win it, reach it. All right, so the league was very top heavy.
Celtics was a tough one.
Yeah, so I kind of put them in there, and they had some turnover too. The first championship was different from the other 2, but those teams, all the dynasties that Nick mentioned, and then I threw a couple in, they all had guys who are undoubtedly top 12 all time. And some had 2 guys that were top 12. As good as Tatum and Brown are, I don't think any of us see them ever being in that discussion. So I do think it'll be one.
Top
and
King of the Hill yesterday. For current.
Right, current. This is an era of parity. Period. And you guys, it's a good thing to see, and I think this is something for Tatum to shoot for. Who's going to take command of this era? Jokic, he's got to be like, I want to take command. Giannis, it's there. It would be Tatum and Brown doing it, but it's open. It's almost like going back to the 90s when you had 1 or 2 superstars on most teams. It wasn't like big threes and things like that. And so who's going to take command of the era? And then there's another reason they won't be a dynasty.
Oh, no, what is this?
Here comes Wemby. How soon? How soon?
Oh, not
That's it. How
not
soon?
soon enough to
How
win
soon?
through.
Yeah. Yeah.
hold
How
on.
soon?
Hold
The
on.
Celtics, can I say? The
I didn't say
Celtics
it's next year.
almost
I
won
said how
as many
soon.
games in the playoffs as Wemby did
Okay.
the whole year.
Dusty, lock this take up by Wild.
That's just
lock
facts.
up the
They won 22
anger.
games, and the Celtics won 16.
I'm
Drew,
just
can
saying, watch
Listen,
out.
can I ask you a real quick
I
question?
told y'all he was going to be great, and I'm not saying
That
I was
wasn't
in
a
France
hot
scouting
take.
him.
Yeah, I mean-
no, but y'all disagree. Nick went off on me when I said
didn't.
No.
What I say he's
no
going to
one
be.
disagreed.
20
Hold on.
No,
hold
Nick
on.
did.
Brew, wait a moment. No, I did not. I did
thought I
not
went a
have
bridge
the
too
take.
far?
I did not. Yes, I said I think you were going too far.
But I didn't.
When you said if he's Akeem Olajuwon, he's a disappointment. That's what I said was too
Okay,
far.
is that true now?
No, that will never be true.
I
There
think
is
it's
no
true.
basketball
I think that's
world
true. Right,
where
it's true.
That's true. That's now true.
It's true,
It's
Nick.
now true that if, hold on, just real quick. It's now true that if Wemby's career, when it's over, we're like he was
He had 2
a
rings.
touch better than Shaq, but not quite as good as Kobe. We're going to be like, what a failure.
I don't. Well,
Not a failure, but it would be a
disappointment.
disappointment.
Okay,
yes.
all right, can we stay on
This
the Celtics
dude
for a
has
second?
no potential.
All
So, yeah, so Wemby's coming. That's another thing.
But if he is, I don't think even you
Yeah.
think he's going to be on a championship caliber team in the next 2 years.
Well, that's up to the Spurs to build around. But 2 years is quick.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm saying. And the Celtics,
Maybe
we're talking
2
about
years
right
from
now.
now.
We're not talking about 7 years.
But
from now.
but they're young.
I
That's
get
the thing. They are young.
Except for Drew and Al, absolutely. So
but the core, to me, the core is Tatum and Brown.
So here's the other piece of it. Do you want to go, Wilds? I'm sorry.
No, I mean I have.
Go.
Here's the thing. Last 25 seasons, I'm going to skip over what the champions did because we had a few full screens. Top 2 in offense and defensive rating in the last 25 years. So you would think, all right, they are set up. If they're, as I coined, defense wins championships, and they had the number 1 offense, I think, in league history this year.
Yeah.
But then
So
remember,
it's-
the Pacers had the second best.
I know,
offensive
but it's
history.
just kind of so that one's
Most of the teams
era-dependent.
in the top 10 played this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
really.
Yeah.
It's,
So they're
it's just
number
the
one.
3-point
Yeah.
line.
Number one.
And then
what
it
it
should
is.
give them more
And
credit for the
analytics
defense
and
of
all
how
that.
great the defense is this year. So here's the other question, and this is just a weird one. Are the Celtics just playing differently than everyone else?
So that's a legitimate.
Games with over 43 points attempts this season, the Celtics are 9, and the rest of the NBA is 8.
This playoffs.
And they're
I
built
was about
for.
to say, because they averaged them.
No,
sorry.
this play,
Right.
So, and the Celtics are built with I got an idea. Rather than have 1 3-and-D guy or maybe 2 3-and-D guys, why don't we have 7
Yeah,
3-and-D
maybe.
guys?
So, but that
And
part.
who's competing with that?
Well, the thing is, the whole league's in short order. Not as far as the personnel, but stylistically.
Yeah.
Like that will. So that
It's a
part.
copycat league.
That part can be caught up to a degree. I think you make fair points, but I also the reason I want to pump the brakes so hard on Dynasty is I think the last team to win back-to-back and not have a moment during their second run where they were massive underdogs to win the championship, massive Vegas on-the-record underdogs, were the 0-1 Lakers. You go
Wait, so what is
let
it?
me explain to you what I'm saying. We'll just go in reverse order. The 2018 Warriors were down 3-2 with a Game 7 coming on the road, down 17 points in Game 7 on the road, overcame it to win their championship. The 2013 Heat, was it 14? Whatever. The 2013 Heat, they're down 5 with 30 seconds left in Game 6 against the Spurs. The 2010 Lakers are down, what were they down? 14 in the fourth quarter of the Game 7 of the finals and overcame it. The last team to just be like, we're the defending champs and we're going to roll through everyone was the second Shaq Kobe title. 0-1 Lakers, that they rolled through every series, they rolled through everyone. Point I'm making is, even the greatest teams we've seen in the last 25 years with the greatest players, their path to their second title, there was a moment where it was like, oh, they're cooked, and they overcame it. So you not only have to be an all-time great team, you also have to overcome what Giannis and the Bucks couldn't, when the Nuggets couldn't this year.
Yeah.
And so it's so hard. I know because there have been a lot of them. It doesn't seem like it.
I like
but
mini dynasty.
And
a little
presumably the road, at least in the Eastern Conference Finals, is going to be tougher.
Right.
Because
Will not be
if
tattered
teams are
with injury.
healthy, and that's what we all hope for, it's going to be tough.
Yep.
We're going to end on a sad note for the A block.
We've been doing this a lot lately.
Baseball lost a legend yesterday.